Man, listen, this is why I say everything happens for a reason. And it's interesting when you connect the dots. Miracles happen, but I don't expect to wait for it, or I've seen things happen, man. Algorithm, they listen to you, the phone listens to you. So when you see some stuff pop up, and I'll mention what are my chances of landing on some controversial topic when I'm on the phone or Facebook or this and that, right? Crazy how the whole thing connects at the end of the day. I guess you just have to be patient enough. For me, at least, it does. And on the side note, CoffeeZilla has another channel. Really? Yeah, it's also connected to whatever I'm going to talk about in a second. If you look at it, this video, one day ago, our podcast making us dumb. Crazy. Because I literally said, one of my 2 or 3 videos back, right? I said, I'm going to talk about this, the downfall of modern podcast. And CoffeeZilla literally talked about this. He reacted to that, which I'm going to also react to. I haven't watched this, okay? However, I've watched this and I would like to watch it again. I'll play it 1.3x quick and I want to explain a few things to you. And before that, a quick disclaimer as well, because I'm a small creator, I need to explain a few things. All right? Where am I going with this? Podcast? Man, crazy. And obviously my channel, Coffee, man. What is this, bro? He just literally started the first video a year ago. Hey, this is how you support. 2 months ago, you changed my life. And boom, takes to 44K subscribers with 6 videos. And I've been creating videos over videos, like thousands of videos. And everybody still calls me small creator. How do you define a small creator? Wait. But how am I a small creator? I'm confused. So if I've created thousands of videos over several channels, you know that, right? I mean, this channel itself has about 379 videos, which is way more than, hold on, how much does this guy have? I'm sure he has less than me, but that's not the point, right? So my point is, I think the right definition is, I'm a big creator, huge creator, because I create a lot of videos, right? Maybe meaningless. If you can call that meaningless, that's fine. But still a huge creator, because I create a lot with a small audience base, small subscribers. Yeah, I mean, that's the right term. Why do people say small creator? Man, I'm a large creator, large. Like, I create so many videos over so many niche and stuff. Maybe for some it doesn't make sense, but still, right? The right definition is a large creator with a small subscriber base, because I don't know, maybe a lot of people algorithm doesn't favor me, people don't enjoy my stuff, but I also said my plan is to get better over time, right? With every video, and I'm working on it. Feedback's welcome. Now, ladies and gents, let's get back on track. I wanted to put this out. This is pretty crazy. First, let me show you a little bit for context. You see this last video, 23 views, 33 views, doesn't matter, it's okay. 28 views, 300 views, okay. There are some 400 views, 2,000, okay. I can get views, that's not the point. And ironically, I have AI channel which gets way more views than this, and I'm like, why am I even doing this? If you look, a lot of the topics, most of the topics, and 99%, there's zero fluff here, okay? 99% are my real journey. And when I say most of them, because certainly there are some topics, if you look, why didn't this get views over the others? Because these are the stuff that I have to talk about, that are personal, versus some of them that are trending, but I also can relate to them. So I could literally just talk about trending topics, and if I had, focused on views and subscribers or whatever you want to call it, but not really. I talk about what's relevant and what matters. I mean, that's what it is. So if you look at the pattern, yeah, you're like, is the video's quality bad? Not really. I'm just doing in the same style. It's just that it might not be relatable, not trending. YouTube doesn't promote it. And yeah, YouTube has issues. I'll probably talk about it in another episode. It does. A lot of people are saying that even their comments gets deleted, shadow banned. I have channel where I talk about a little bit of controversial stuff like AI, 0 views, 1 view, versus something else, educational and boom, 2K. There are some issues, but again, keeping that aside, right? Right now, CoffeeZilla, and that's why I'm saying this is funny, because I just literally came across this all of a sudden in the algorithm, because I just talked about coffee, mentioned him, and then I see this, obviously, and then it's connected to this. And also on the other side, I can relate to CoffeeZilla, I can relate to some ordinary gamer, Mudahar, Lex Friedman to some extent. Like, these are the common people I can relate to. So if you can relate to them, even Tucker Carlson, man, like, not everything he says, but yeah, likes to question, truth seeking, man, simple as that. So my point is, if you dig with any of those, jam with any of those dudes, you're fine. You'll probably be here. You can watch my stuff and you'll be fine. Emotions won't be triggered. But then again, if you watch some of those scamsies, Logan Paul, nothing wrong with that. Keep following them. And most of the others, marketers, like which I kind of, then you probably will find me a hater. And that's what it is. Most of the people say, you're a hater? I don't have to prove anything. Oh, you're a small dude? Small creator? Whoever creates thousands of videos, doesn't matter. Small creator, nobody cares about your stuff. I don't have to respond to my scams, allegations. And they keep getting away with it. And I do it out of passion and love. And it's gonna be nice to have some good people around, right? Imagine my niece, nephews, and people, kids, Gen Z's getting scammed nonstop. I mean, they grow up in a generation like this dystopian world getting scammed nonstop. Now, back on this. This is how I do my topics. Usually, I get on off topic, give you a lot of context. Not always, but this is how it works out. So now, coming back to this, the downfall of modern podcast, ladies and gents. All right, just trying to keep the host out. But internet marketing, I enjoyed internet marketing, right? When you talk about the product, or if a product comes out, you can promote it, awesome. You talk about it, right? And you get commission, affiliate commissions. But when some dudes come out and starts milking the system, and they call themselves gurus and internet marketers, and they take over, right? By all the funnels and this and that, loopholes, whatever crap. And then guess what happens? Good dudes, or whatever you want to call it, the legit, who actually wants to do the right way, they're like, hey, okay, now there's no chance. Either I have to be like them, grift and stuff, or there's no way I can compete. Shit, man, destroyed the industry that I enjoy and love so much, right? Quote. Then you get into the same thing with crypto, you get into the AI. There's always these bad actors they're gonna come destroy the space. Why I'm telling you this, same thing with podcast. It used to be different. When you talk about this Joe Rogan, okay, radio talk show, this and that. Yeah, makes sense. Joe Rogan is fun, yeah, drinks in. But now, literally everyone's a Joe Rogan. If you look, just like Mr. Beast came out, there are a lot of Mr. Beast copy paste, right? I personally started a podcast because I wanted to talk my story and stuff. Now everyone wants to have a podcast because it's lucrative. Everybody wants to just see that, okay, PBD, and I also have this PBD story because if you know, Patrick Bed, this guy has a CoffeeZilla's video, how he started. He even starts seeing podcasts lucrative and he took it to 14 million. It's crazy. I think that along that line. You see Andrew Tate, you see all these people, right? They all are just podcasting. So when everyone looks at them, and unfortunately, internet marketers, they have leverage, an extra so-called, whatever you want to call it, over any other smaller dudes who actually wants to make it legitimately. Because these guys have all the grifting knowledge of the email list they can spam to. So they just come, hey, you know what, podcast? Let's start one. Let's spam to all my previous followers in all the lists. Let's start with 0, but they will, give me a leverage and take my channel to 40,000. And now I can just talk shit and that's what happening. That's happening. It's real. You see this here, Onyx Signal. I started in March. Let's go. Because this dude recently, I did a video, if you remember, right? If you come here, let me see. Did I cover it here? Nah, I did it right here. Look at this one here. And school. Yeah, I think you should check this out. It's important. If you look here, right? Onyx Signal. You see this here? This is Onyx Signal here, right? That same dude. And he literally did a video telling that how he got sued by the FTC. So get sued by FTC like, yes, my company, $30 million grifting company got sued by FTC and here's how I am now to make it in the podcasting business. Not doing the same, but probably somehow similar, whatever. So yes, that's the irony. Everyone is doing the same thing right now, ladies and gents. And you can see the same person here, the host, and nothing wrong, go for it. But I'm showing the pattern. It's going crazy because podcasts so-called were lucrative, but now it won't be any more lucrative. Hence, I guess, again, they ruined my chances, man. Ridiculous. And when I say I do have a podcast, here's the thing. Look at this one. I also have the whole bot. These are my episodes that I covered. It was 20 episodes, so far 14 episodes, right? Look at this one. So far 14. Last one was college, and fraternity stuff. However, if you look, there was 11 that's missing, unknown. Why? Controversial topic. It's a topic to be explored in the future season. Yeah, I didn't want to touch on the love and romance and drug and stuff because that's extremely controversial. And I want to do it sometimes in the future. But when I thought, you know what, I'll start doing interviews and fun stuff. But I'm not going to do what these guys are doing because they ruined it. So now, Yeah, you see where I'm going with this? I know, everywhere, but that's not the point. The point is, I'm gonna play this video, and I said something about this video that this guy covers, which is pretty interesting and fascinating. I wanted to do the same thing and show you how they're doing this thing. However, let me give you another context. You have to listen to this. Casey, where are you, Casey? Casey, look at this, Casey. All right, now comes the history. 10 minutes done, now 10 minutes history. Casey, dude, this Casey was on one of the recent podcasts, A Diary with the CEO, right? Steven, that's his name. The dude is he's a young dude, all right? I don't know his past, but he literally grew his channel from 20, not too long, man, 4 or 5 years to 5 million right now. Wow, man, that's huge achievement. That's a lot. When you have that kind of subscribers, you can command a lot of dineros. I don't know how much he gets for sponsorships, but here's the point, okay? Here's what happened. I watch podcasts. Lex Friedman, it's crazy because CoffeeZilla, literally, he's right. Our podcast making us dumb because podcasts are not educational anymore. It's more of like propagandas and spreading messages, like whatever the so-called expert wants to. And I can literally say it because, hey, I've gained weight, I've lost weight, I got 2 DUIs. And why do you think I'm showing you this, my so-called the podcasting? You saw the controversial thing, right? Because that's real. Then I can talk about it. I can tell you how the system was dirty enough to put you back into the system in a way. Oh, he's caught because of his pee is dirty. Oh, put him in isolation. I can tell you some of the truth. So, because based on real stuff. So when I see some people come out and say, and I also drink a lot of coffee, I can tell you what happens. So I literally seen a lot of so-called experts come and give these weird advices. And all of a sudden, you have this doctor talk about certain thing, and this guy comes and talks about Huel Energy as a sponsor. I'm like, it doesn't add up, man. What are you guys doing here? And also most of the titles, it's like expert advice. This guy is saying something about coffee. 5 million views, 2 million views. I'm like, hold on, that's crazy. And when you have that kind of stuff, and let me tell you this, yes, they get a lot of views, and anything can pass on YouTube in a way. Not sure what YouTube passes and what not anymore, man. Like so-called medical stuff, so that does have this disclaimer, we're not medical, this is this. But it comes out with the title and thumbnail that it's a medical advice. Like it screams medical advice on your face. For the normies, like usual casual people, everyday Joe, that's what it is. And they'll just take it for what it is without any research and all, and eat it up. And man, what happens? The consequences. But these guys are still getting money from the sponsorship and whatnot, right? That's number one thing. I watched one interview that was with this guy, Casey. You see this here? And ironically, he's also on my algorithm right now. Casey, authentic guy. I wanted to see what's up with Casey. And the thing is, Steven or whatever, the host, they don't do much. They just ask simple questions. The whole podcast show goes up because of, this guy talks, this guy asks question, controversial, whatever. This guy talks, he brings his followers. Of course, this grow. That's how it is. Okay? And this guy, obviously, I'm going to play the video. I keep saying it, but please watch the full video. And once I play, I'm going to shut up. Don't worry. But this is the thing, authentic. This dude, I watched him because of authenticity. I followed that vlogging style, so I thought, let me see what he has to talk, say. It was legit. Casey, whatever he talked about, it was point. It was legit. But if it comes to the expert advices, the other stuff, the other doctors that he brings, there's totally different story. Okay, I understand this. Casey is a vlogging, entertainment, YouTube. He's talking about his journey. Versus someone comes and, hey, coffee is bad for you, or coffee I've been drinking for this. Everybody takes it. Millions of views. Okay? So I just want to show you one comment, and I'm going to just play this. Look at this here. Stephen Bartlett, or Stephen, yeah, that's his name, endorsing Huel. It's so funny when you consider he has Dr. Chris Van Tilken on his podcast talking about the dangers of ultra-processed foods. Mentions the hypocrisy. Yeah. A point in the episode where Chris mentions the hypocrisy. Yeah. Couldn't quite put my finger on why I fell out of love with podcasts, but you exposed it perfectly. Intuitively felt this for about 12 months and very happy to hear people begin to acknowledge this topic. You just came across your channel and absolutely love your spot. Yes, Vince. The funniest was when I watched an episode of Diary of CEO very straight from Tim Spector saying any ultra-processed food. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's funny. That's weird. Especially from when it comes to me, I've tested it, experimented, and of course, those of you watching, when you have done it personally in your life, intermittent fasting, juicing, I've done those. So when something comes up and expert advice, I'm also a creator and a researcher. So I have to dig deeper, and that's my curious nature, playing my curious nature, right? Now I'm actually gonna play this, and he nails it, man.
It's the pandemic that absolutely everyone you've ever met has now got a podcast. And this.
You see all the people here? Yeah, I said I'm gonna shut up. Man, ADHD is kicking in, and that's real. But you see all the people. All these people are following the same footsteps. And I had to show you this, that is coming. All these marketers are gonna ruin it again, man. Oh my God. Another avenue.
It's not even plugged into anything. But there is a big problem on the horizon that we're already starting to experience. Follow me. Now you're probably like, what were you filming then? Is it too much to ask to keep the camera on me? Now problem number one is if you're like me, I like listening to the Joe Rogan podcast. So when he went over to Spotify, we celebrated it. And we were happy to pay that Spotify membership. But then for
Which I explained, right? And I have to talk to him a little bit, man. Come on, you have to take it. Or else there's no point. He's explaining about the Joe Rogan story. Like he started blah, 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 and then everybody started Tom, Dick, and Harry. But one main thing was here when he does the whiteboard. This is what I wanted to pay attention about the money thing, right?
But being an expert isn't merely enough, because if you think
experts.
about it, if two companies are suing each other, both companies will have experts, and both experts in the same field will disagree with each other. Just making someone an expert doesn't.
Those promoting each other's stuffs, and the companies they're promoting are suing each other under the table. They don't even know that. They're just promoting and getting paid. Can you believe this? Irony.
I mean, they're right, or you wouldn't have people on different sides. There are several components to operating a podcast in 2024 that people aren't thinking about. Podcasts are businesses. They are not vessels or means of getting you free information. Although
hear this out.
Places like YouTube will pay you AdSense, but when you start looking at these podcasts as businesses, this is only a fraction, maybe 10 to 20% of what that business is earning is being paid for by Google. One of the main places you will earn money in a podcast is sponsors, and the sponsor will pay depending on the amount of downloads or the amount of views, because you are putting eyes and ears in front of their brand. Podcasts also use discount codes, but they're not discount codes, they're commission codes. When you look at Cuban
He's talking about the discount code, right? I'm going to show you an example right now.
When promoting Athletic Greens, if you use this code for the discount, it actually allows Athletic Greens to understand where they're giving their commission to. And if we use Athletic Greens as an example, you're not only looking at $50 commission per sale, but every sale they're on in.
All right, okay? I'll give you my personal example. Let me see. If you go right here, you see this? You see this here? Stay focused. BrainFM.fm, get 20% off with RBL7. Yeah, hey, listen, this is not shill or whatever. I reached out to Brain.fm and I said, you know what? I've been using your product since 10 years? Grandfathered, I've been a early adopter, literally. And the music that's playing right now is Brain FM. It helps me stay. And I reached out, I said, hey, do you have an affiliate program? Hear me out, okay? The sponsor side is a little different. I don't know how they get sponsored. If you have a huge channel, you get approached by these, companies, and they come and kind of tell you, I'll give you $100,000. And also coupon code. I mean, it happens. Then you get paid for creating it's a double payment in a way. I'm not getting paid extra payment, sponsorship. I'm promoting them. If anybody decides to buy through me, then only I get some affiliate commission. There's a difference. However, what he just said, this dude mentioned, that this is exactly the current status. All of these dudes coming, they're getting sponsorship, and you think you're getting a discount, so-called. Yes, you're getting a discount though. But this helps us to keep track of the affiliate behind in the system, right? So I do this for a living. I've been doing this for 10 whatever years. And the point is, it's so lucrative in your grifting side when you're a huge whatever, right? You just bring in experts, grow a channel. Now you don't have to care about nothing. Just have to entertain people. Just get people talk and just, hey, this is this. However, I personally, I'm not a who whatever energy, right? The dude is sponsoring, talking about it. I don't know how he can relate to it or not. That's his story. I don't know. I use this product. I can relate to it, and I love to promote it. I would love to make money out of it. No problem with that. And I mentioned this, that there are certain things which I can personally use on a daily basis, like the coffee I drink, Black Rifle. They don't pay me, but I would love them to pay me. Then I can be like, hey, you know what? Sure. Hey, support this and this, because that's how, is the right way I would call it to make it, right? CoffeeZilla has a Patreon. People can go support. He can take sponsorships. I bet you he gets a lot of sponsorship offers, but he doesn't take it because it's lucrative, but also it's damaging in long run. I don't want that damage to my reputation, to my head or brain and night's sleep or whatever. And that's the point. Okay, ladies and gents. So these are hidden in disguise in a way. I reached out, but of course the companies, when you grow big, they reach out to you. They say, hey, you know what? I'll give you a cut. I'll give you this commission. Same thing is happening with school. Over here, when I talked about the school new ClickFunnels, Sam Alvins partnered with Hormozy, who is not supposed to sell any courses or whatever. But how does he making money from the JV now? Hey, partner up. Now shield to our our subscriber base. Let them join in with some coupon code or whatever, right? Nothing wrong with discounts. Don't get me wrong, but you have to understand how it works. That's all. Simple. Tell the truth and let you let the judge, not the judge, let the people decide. You're the judge, right? So I'm just a messenger. That's it. So here.
So no doubt, a sponsor will not just pay the person to be mentioned, they will then pay the person every time there's commission on their product and sales on their in. So when the likes of Huberman are saying Athletic Greens is really good, it makes them feel so much better, they're not just looking at commission, they're looking at recurring commission. Now, what makes things interesting? So if we look at a company like Huel, Stephen Bartlett is a non-executive director of Huel, which I assume means he has shares in the business. So although I'm sure that Huel paid our River CEO money, every time Stephen Bartlett mentioned...
I mean, it's obvious. I mean, that's also crazy, right? I mean, it's like triple way to make money. I'll kid you not. Like imagine you get this whatever affiliate. I mean, he's saying that, yeah, you could be the creator of the product, or you could have shares in the company while you're promoting it and also taking a cut from it in a marketing way. I mean, that's like, yeah, I mean, it's lucrative. But the problem is not, you don't understand. If someone's promoting a health product and the only incentive, I mean, you know, the motivation is this, then guess what? I mean, that's dangerous, right? That's a problem. I use every tools, and I see this in AI space and everywhere. It's just there. People are promoting NVIDIA, whatever this, you know, like certain, what do you call, software. When I see a bunch of the same people doing the same thing, like, I'm like, wow, something is not right. I mean, how much money can this, like FTX was paying 6 figures, alleged 6 figures to a lot of huge YouTubers. You know that. And guess what? Where did the FTX get their money from? Us, like customers. So literally took the customers' money and paid all these influencers who were shilling to their customers or their subscribers. I mean, just think about this irony, man. Crazy, isn't it? Like milking everywhere in a circle. That's crazy. And at the end of the day, when this influencers found out, the YouTubers, Graham Stephan promoted, hey, go find out, right? Elliot Trade literally had this whole section he deleted as if it never existed anymore. So they get the money and they move on. Guess who gets wrecked? Retailers. Ladies and gents,
Huel, he's also inflating the portfolio of a business that he's got shares in. And before I say that's terrible, I do that every time I tell you about Nutonic, the world's first productivity drinks. All my shares in the business just went up. So far, nothing really is wrong with this picture. The problem starts...
He's a funny guy. I just discovered him. And I'm subscribed using my other account. But anyway.
Becoming apparent when you start looking at guests. In the beginning, you want fantastic guests who can arrive and change people's lives and give people so much information and get massive amounts of views and grow your channel to 5 million subscribers. But you will exhaust the amount of great guests very soon. And you can get those guests back on, or what we're starting to see is you bring on guests not who are known for being factually correct or objective, but that you know will cause controversy, cause a rift between the followers, cause massive amounts of engagement, cause people to be so outraged that they go and watch the podcast just to see what's factually correct in it, and of course, get huge amounts of views. You'll even notice that the thumbnail for the episode is changed.
Do you get the point? That is reality. That's reality. If you look, unfortunately, you go on, you know, try to stream on Twitch and stuff, controversial stuff, whatever. That's what people want to watch, right? I don't know, man, but that's what real. I know that a lot of people, they're here for education, but that's why it's so hard to distinguish now on YouTube, because everything's for clicks and views. Everybody wants to do this Mr. Beast style or whatever, man. It's just hard. For real education channels to survive and thrive on YouTube, it's hard. Hence, a lot of people are diversifying. They're going to Rumble, this and that, because it's not sustainable. The grifters are the one doing less work and making more money, while the legitimate ones are just getting pushed down. And that's hard, and that's a real concern. Okay, and nobody's taking a stand to address it. Over time, guess what's going to happen? The legitimate dudes are going to diminish and disappear, leaving all the grifters milking whatever's around each other, because there won't be any retailers with any money left. That's exactly what's happening. I'm seeing, man. Like it's crazy. But again, keeping all this aside, he's right on point that, hey, listen, even if I bought controversial whatever figure, for me, if I did interviews, I would just bring people that could give some value to the audience, whether whatever engagement or not. There are tiny amount of them. Okay, tiny 0.0 whatever percent, 99% entertainment and grifting path. If you go to Logan Paul's whatever show or podcast or some other whatever, what are they doing? The rating. What? The men rating some other contest, a penis, this and that. Yeah, entertainment, whatever. They get massive amount of views, right? Sponsorships. They don't care if they get scammed or not. Nelk Brothers, Full Send podcast. I wanted to talk about that as well. They raised millions of dollars to NFTs. Promised gym and this and that. Nothing came out, right? Sponsorships. So I have to understand, ladies and gents, okay? And nothing against sponsorships. And I keep mentioning, after running channels for several years, they couldn't even take one sponsors. And guess what? How many companies do you think reached out to me? Not many. You know why? Because of my no BS approach. And now you know why I do what I do? just so I can keep things simple. Imagine if I was a scammy guy, I would get bombarded by a lot of offers because they know, hey, this is guy's like, he's gonna promote my shit. But then it literally says serious inquiries only, because if you BS, yeah, I'm gonna call you out. So because of that, I barely get any people reach out to me. It's just reality. But hey, reach out if you have good offers. But like I said, if I can't relate to it, don't bother. There's thousands of ways to do things, and if it doesn't please me, like I get kicked out of it, doesn't work out for me. Whether I get a subscriber or 2 subscribers, man, it's a long-term game. And I'm here to play and enjoy the process. Winning is a different story, okay? But yeah, he has extreme, like, valuable points there. Ladies and gents, ask yourself what you're watching and why you're watching and what you're trying to get out of it, because that's very important. Because if you land up, and I tell this, that's why I avoid phones. I don't want them to push the info to me. I want to be able to control what I want to absorb, and that's it. Once you have that attitude and that kind of mindset, I think you'll be set. It's irony that I'm telling you, turn off the notification. Watch them, but that, hey, I shouldn't watch you? No. Watch whatever is relevant to you that you can use for your own benefit and your family. Don't just keep watching every single thing. Yeah, although I do my best to put everything relevant. Yeah, sure, please, that helps. I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna just create videos out of thin air, which I say, I don't. It's just a waste of time. Right now, I wouldn't be screaming this for 26 minutes, right? Most people will come and try to feel like, oh, should I cut off this part? Should I edit this, edit that? I'm not doing any editing. I just do this raw. And I have edited versions of my AI channel, which does way more better than this, which I'll show you some other day. I have an AI girlfriend. She has no OnlyFans, though. She has no OnlyFans. But I'm gonna show you what I did. And it's not because I'm lonely. No. It's because so I can teach people how they can get out of, no, not even that. No. Relax. Just so I can learn, so I can teach people how to embrace AI and take it to the next level. That's it. All right. So ladies and gents, next time you see a podcast, I'll kid you not, every Tom and Dick and Harry and Anik and a lot of other people, hey, Anik, no offense, man. But I still remember I bought one of your products like years ago. It was garbage. Just like you call this push button thing. You remember, Anik? You did this so-called Hollywood style video entry trailer. Come on. That was a horse shit product, bruh. And every time, ClickFunnels dude were supporting you, so-called, because I don't know why, because everybody gets this commission check. I couldn't. Sad. That's why I'm not there anywhere in the, leaderboard. Sad. But yeah, now everyone's gonna promote school and be on this Alex Moses leaderboard. And so they can appear on Alex Moses' podcast and not be cozy anymore. But anyways, ladies and gents, podcasts are dirty and very dark. Just be careful. And that's what I have for you. Wait. This is not right. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. 742 subscribers. I'm out.